I notice people with a great sense of humor, there's often folks in their lives who have sort of passed it down to them, or formative experiences that make humor really important. Is your story a little bit like that, or not so much?
No. My parents are so not funny. They're so, my dad, well, I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I can't see it, but because but I'm like, Dad is just, he's like where dad jokes come from. Like he would give me, like Christmas morning, I'd be so excited because I'd been asking for this is back in the late 80s, the jam box. The jam boxes were huge, and I'm this kid. I wanted to walk around with a big boom box on my shoulder. I thought that was going to be the deal.
Oh yeah.
And so I opened this box up. It seems heavy. It seems substantial. Seems like this is probably the one. And I open up. There's a jar of jelly and an empty box in there. And I'm like, that's not funny. As a kid, he's like, no, it's a jam box. I'm like, that's not. Kids don't think this is funny, Dad. This is sad. This is like what you don't do at Christmas is give a kid jelly and an empty box and say, you said jam box. Like, that's not funny. So no, they're not funny. I don't know. A lot of Calvin and Hobbes, maybe that's what did it.
I want to talk about In the House for just a moment. Wow, what a soundscape. I mean, even the first 15 seconds weave together so many different sounds. I just absolutely love it. Can you talk about the sound for a second? How did that come together?
Well, this was actually the first song that we wrote for the whole album, and it was sort of a guide for what the tonalities would be for the record as a whole. I was really wanting to have some great urban foundations. I knew that the choir was going to be a significant part of it. I wanted the church group singing, and then the thematic content of it lended itself for us to try to figure that out so well because it was talking about going to church. And so it took a while. I mean, to get the sounds to where it felt contrived and authentically what we wanted the whole to be. So that was probably we probably spent the most time curating sounds for that one that then led us to the rest of the album. So I love how it turned out as well. I couldn't be happier. So fun.